content of this channel is for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. You're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button. And please, feel free to share the video. Thank you. What's good, everybody? I'm GG, man. You tune in to the Green Gorilla channel. It's the place where black men can express themselves freely, straight up with no chasers, man. Before I get things started, man, I want to give a shout out to all the haters out there, man. I hope y'all good. Hope you're having a good evening. And if you haven't done so already, while you're coming in, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you can stay abreast of what's going on here on the Green Gorilla channel. And as I always do, and it might seem tedious, but I always want to give a shout out to all the people who support the Green Gorilla channel before I even start the show. So let me get that process going. I want to give a shout out to William Jones, Show Me, Ricky Dawson, Rais Muajid, Michael Ross, Alan Wiley, The Face, Lee Ways, Mantis on Break, and Electrician 480. Big up! Want to give a shout out to Life of Commerce, Apex Prowler, Julius Ferguson, True 7360, J. Cleveland Green, J. Bino the Advocate, Herbert Lewis, D. Scott, Marvin Evans, Lotus Eater, and Rogerson. Big up! Big up to Brotherly Love 215, L. Fry, Timothy Blewett, Jeffrey Speed, Marvin Battle Jr., Mark Holt, John J., The IDP Expressions, Afro Troop TV, Adam, and Tahuti. Big up! Big up to BGS Ivmore, Ignatz Mouse, Brian Peace, Papa Dida, Scott Haywood, Black Uhuru Strikes, Dr. Tree 33, Leroy Honeycutt, Broken Blade, Super Tech, and 77 Base X. Big up! Big up to Brian McMurray, Karen S., Anthony Davis, Artisan MC, Damon Brown, Donnell 360, Seven Coast Dojo, Pulpit 28, Charles Rogers, Rick Ross, Sandra Jean. Big up! Big up to Charles Gilmore, Patricia Colley, Greg, Barry Little, Mr. Valentino, Jason Hales, Black Men Being Brutally Honest, Cameron 87, Doc LaRock, J. Charles, and Mark Swift. Big up! Big up to Odd Collar, Donald Watts, HipHop.CATV, Coach DC, Old Soul Chief, Mr. Blue Collar, Warnolas, I'm Just Jules, TD Hip Hop Media, Drew Main, and Mr. Heat. Big up! Big up to Sir Anthony, MLR, Universal 178, Rashid Barnes, Aaron Smith, DH, Beware the Revelator, Gold Professor, Aaron Infinite, Dr. Tiasan Johnson, and Kalon Jakala. Big up! Big up to Hostile ADEP, WPR1, and I can't forget my brother in heaven, Forrest Windu. And now I can't forget my brother in heaven, Kevin Samuels. Big up to y'all, man. And big up to David Carroll and other brothers lost in the sauce, man. Straight up. And on the Patreon side, I want to give a shout out to Charles Fattentot, I Am the Light of My Father, Waffle Weave, Lamont Latimer, William Joyner, Rufus Winfield, Dornell Smith, Excalibur, Jason Warren, Anu219, Presur Prisoner, Taz, Dragon 59, Adrian Hicks, Jay Bailey, Mr. Michi, and Asang. Well, big up to all y'all, man. For real, man. Y'all deserve a round of applause, man. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I know I've been AWOL for quite a bit of time, man, but I appreciate all of y'all and your help and your contributions and donations, man, to help me keep this thing going and growing, man. It's growing slow, but it is growing, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And if you are in, wonder about how you can help support the Green Gorilla channel, man, here's how you do it. What's good, everybody? I'm the G with a PhD, and you're tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel, the place where black men can express themselves freely, straight up, no chaser. Today I want to introduce you to my new membership program that consists of 5 levels where you can invest in the Green Gorilla channel on a monthly basis and receive level-specific perks. Memberships are special because they improve the quality of the content of the channel and will help me to be able to keep the channel going. Now, to participate in the Green Gorilla channel membership program, all you have to do is hit the join button, which is located right next to the subscribe button on my channel page. Now, for all of my subscribers who decide not to participate in my membership program, nothing will change. The content will keep coming the way it always has. Thanks for watching, and be careful out here, people. Bless. All right, man, we back. You know who I am, man. I'm GG. You've tuned in to the Green Gorilla channel. It's the place where black men can express themselves freely, straight up with no chasers, man. And today I want to talk about a subject, and it's about brothers being scared to express their opinions about politics, about whatever it is, dating, about woke politics, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of brothers out here, man, who are nervous and who are scared of backlash and scared of being tarnished by, what they consider to be the negative image of the Manosphere. And, I understand it. But at the end of the day, you need to push past it. Because to be perfectly honest, we're on the vanguard, man. We all you got. Who else out here talking about black male issues? I'll wait. Who else is doing it? Who else is unapologetically speaking to the issues that are on black men's minds, the things that upset them, that they're disgruntled about? Where else do you get it? You don't get it anywhere else. But you know how it is, man. You know how it is. You ever go to the swimming pool and you want to get in, but the water's just a little too cold, so you kept putting your foot in the water without fully committing to jumping in? You know what it is. You've been there. You've been there. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's what a lot of men are doing right now as it pertains to the black manosphere. And I want you to try to help me with this. What's up, Man Friday? Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate your donation, sir. And shout out to all the brothers out there, man. Shout out to D. Scott, Joes, Hybrid Ninjas, E. Taylor, Insane Optimist, J. Bino. Brother Truth Be Told. It's a lot of brothers out there. I see you, Raís. I ain't seen you in a minute. Shout out to Rashid Barnes, to Jeff, Jarvis the Thrasher, Money Mike, all y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. But what is this fear, man? Where does it come from? I need for y'all to help me answer this question, man. What is wrong with these guys? They know black men have problems. They know the system is against them, but they don't want to jump in because they feel like the water is too cold. They don't want the backlash, or they don't want to damage their brands, or potentially to damage their careers. I'm going to tell you what a lot of brothers already know from experience. They know the family court system favors women. Even when women are dead wrong, they know this. They know that the child support system is exploitative and debilitating to men financially. But they still want those checks, even when they have no intention of using them for their children, but only to finance what they desire. Straight up. They know that alimony is an anachronistic practice that is no longer necessary, as women have the same job opportunities as men. So to get a check because you checked out of a relationship, it just seems to me to be regressive. They know that men are not the only source of violence in intimate partner relationships in the Black community, but they still want to punish you and list you as the primary cause of the pathology. They know that you are characterized as less than human and that this culture has you under daily surveillance. But they still want to be able to control you with the police, even as they assault, threaten, and work to undermine your elevation. Straight up. Brothers know this, man. They experience this. So my message to y'all is, man, don't straddle the fence. Don't ride the line. Jump in. The water's fine. It's not as bad as you think it is. Yeah, you'll be called sexist. You'll be called a sexist. But the truth is, you're going to be called a sexist anyway. Don't matter. Yes, you will be called a misogynist. But you're going to be called a misogynist anyway. Whatever you say or do that the new woke mob doesn't like will draw the ire of termagants, radical feminists, new black men. You can call them simps if you want to. And members of the LGBTQ community or LGBTQ community. And why? Because they really don't like you, man. And don't have the nerve to fight for substantive or paradigmatic change. They would rather throw you under the bus for peanuts and crumbs, bro. They'll throw you under the bus for peanuts and crumbs, rather than to actually do the work requisite to changing the basic structure of the society in which we live. Thank you, Mrs. K. Bailey. I appreciate you becoming a member. Appreciate that. You are now a gorilla. Welcome to the gorilla family, the Congress of Gorillas. But I know you've been here before, but thank you. See, these people want jobs. They want attention. And they want token positions, not distributive justice for all Americans. They want token positions. It just is what it is. They know that you are an easy target and that you will most likely capitulate to their shaming and guilting tactics. Don't buy into it. Hold the line. Advocate for yourself. Exercise free speech. Exercise free speech. You see, man, because you're a heterosexual black male, you represent competition for jobs, competition over enrollment in colleges, competition for seats in professional schools. You represent what they imagine in their nightmares. Powerful, uncompromising, unapologetic black men. But truth be told, hasn't American society always perceived us in this way as nightmares? Problems, pathological. Haven't they always tried to block us and impede our progress? So don't, by your silence or your indolence, give tacit sanction to the destruction of your reputation and the annihilation of your vision and your ambition, man. Yeah, you'll be called patriarchal and regressive, but everything that empowers you is considered patriarchal to a large amount of these people anyway. Don't matter what you do, you're going to be privileged anyway, patriarchal anyway, regressive anyway, vicious anyway, toxic anyway. You're going to be called it anyway. And lately, triggered by, the death of Kevin Samuels, there are a lot of media outlets out there that are anxious, ready and willing to describe the Black Manosphere and the viewpoints in it as unjust, vicious, regressive, patriarchal, toxic, so on and so forth. We got something for these people though, man. They might appear to be winning the battle, but I believe that they will lose the war. Straight up, shots fired. I believe they're going to lose the war because their tactics are not based in truth, but in ideological tropes and silly memes. So hold the line. Hold it. Because let me tell you something, man. I know what black men think. I know how they think. Thank you, Insane Optimist. Appreciate the donation, man. Appreciate that. Hold the line, man. Because see, I know how black men think. I don't care if they have advanced degrees, baccalaureate degrees. I don't care if they're blue-collar men who go to work every day by working with their hands or whatever the case may be, or driving in trucks. I know the kind of conversations they have in barbershops and at the corner of bars, eating chicken wings and drinking beer. I know your struggles and I know your opinions. So speak. Don't be silent. What you scared of? What are you scared of? I'm going to show you the latest scary guy. One of the latest scary guys. This guy right here. I done already put him up on the screen. Who basically said, if he'd have known that, Kevin Samuels had the reputation that he had, that he wouldn't really actually have endorsed having him in this video because he doesn't want his image to be tarnished by toxicity. That's some scary ass shit, man. We need to get rid of that. And then you go on in the article, this future guy goes on in the article to demonstrate or to, at least express that many of the women that he was involved with that call him toxic were toxic to him. But of course, you can't say that in this culture because that's being disrespectful to women. And Beretta 42, yeah, look, it is laughable. It's laughable. Because Kevin Samuels, as a representative of the Manosphere space, he wasn't just, regularly and casually calling black women bitches and shit like that. He never was. He never was expressing that like, I'm just bashing, spending all kind of money on bitches and, all of that. You never saw him do that. But I mean, I'm telling you what they think about you. So it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter, man. Speak your truth, man. Speak your piece. Hold the line, man. And if you already are a content creator in social media, don't cower out and capitulate because you're worried about your brand. You're going to end up using the same talking points anyway, and they're going to say the same shit about you anyway. It doesn't matter. Hold the line. Jay Cleveland Green, big up, man. Thank you for the donation, bro. I just want to know, man, what do you think these brothers are scared of, man? What is there to actually be scared of? If you want anonymity, all you got to do is use the avatar and still speak your piece. What's to prevent you from speaking your piece, man? What are you scared of? I'm going to share an article with you, bro. And it tripped me out when I saw this. Because these are the kind of tactics that the woke mob are going to use against you. And they're using it against Kevin Samuels. He's dead now. And I don't want to beat a dead horse. Really, I'm not saying I'm tired of talking about the Kevin Samuels situation. But it's, it is what it is. But, I mean, it's indicative of the kind of tactics that they will utilize, these people. Doesn't matter what their level of education is. Doesn't matter what kind of positions they hold. The kind of tactics that they will use to deride and to diminish the substance of what it is that you have to say. Now, quite frankly, I'm just going to be honest. I don't really talk about relationships for the most part. I don't. I figure, you can do what you want to in a relationship because you're going to do what you want to anyway. All I'm saying is that when you engage in one, at least engage in one with your eyes open and not have your eyes wide shut, bro. Don't have your eyes wide shut, man. That's the quickest way to get exploited and manipulated in this culture, man. And if you think that a woman won't manipulate and exploit you, you're a damn fool, bro. You're a fool. But we all grew up thinking. We all grew up being socialized to do things in deference of people that we thought were in a more vulnerable position than ourselves. We were taught that. We were socialized into that. But I want you to see this, man, because this is indicative of what you'll get anyway. But tell me, is the criticism substantive? Is the backlash something that you ought to be worried about? If this is the quality of reaction to the Manosphere that these people have, if this is the best that they can do, they ain't doing jack shit. They're not ready. I can tell you they're not ready for me. They're not ready to come have a conversation with me. I don't give a fuck what position they're in. I don't care if they're tenured. I don't care if they're a full associate or an assistant. Because if they're in an echo chamber and they have ideological pre-commitments, they'll get ripped to shreds coming up in this space, having a conversation with myself or Dr. Tiosan Johnson or Dr. Ronald Neal or Dr. Thunder, whoever the case may be. You'll get crucified. And any other of the regular brothers on here, they'll get crucified. I'm just keeping it 100. Is this the quality of what they have? And even lay people can see this shit. Even lay persons can see the shallowness, the hollowness, the sophomorishness of their critiques. Peep this shit, man. Look at this and tell me if you think this is substantive. If it has any substance. So this came across my feed, man. You know, I'm looking like, okay, the Manosphere, or whatever the case may be. I also put Kevin Samuels in the search. Come to find out, you got a college professor who is basically using a tabloid blog in order to besmirch the reputation of a dead man. This is crazy to me, man. And the article is written by a black woman, so I ain't mad at her. You know, this black woman who wrote this article, because this is sad to me. So this woman is an academic professional. She's not offering any substantive evaluation of the arguments that he's made. None of that. And listen what this woman has to say, man. And listen to the article. A feminist college professor recently weighed in on Kevin Samuels' death. On Twitter, her comments didn't go over well with everyone. Her name is Dr. Uja Anya, a professor of modern languages. Now, first of all, you're a professor of modern languages. Modern languages. What the fuck does any of that have to do with having a social and political understanding of what the hell is going on in relation to the Black Manosphere? Come on, man. A professor of modern languages, yo. Chimed in with her thoughts on May 7th, 2 days after the popular YouTuber known for his controversial dating and relationship advice died of cardiac arrest. Now, everybody keeps saying that his advice is controversial, but it's just common sense. And right now, common sense is not common. If you say anything that dashes the hopes and dreams of delusional young women in today's culture, then you're considered to be controversial. Anyway, Kevin Samuels told men their worth was in their wallet. This is the woman now, Uja Anya. Straight up now, a damn professor, right? Uja Anya. Kevin Samuels told men their worth was in their wallet. Now, it ain't Kevin Samuels saying this. It's women that are saying this. Am I right or am I right? Ain't it women saying, hey, look, telling this man, Kevin Samuels, day after day on his show, I want a man making a certain amount of cash. I want him to have a certain height. I want him to have a certain amount of status. And the baby daddy that I have didn't have it, so therefore I'm holding out for the better person to come along. I don't do dating advice. I really don't, man. But come on now. Let's just tell the truth. So it's not saying that men are saying this. Kevin Samuels is not just by himself saying this. The culture at large is telling men this. Anyway, she goes on to say he died in a one-bedroom sublet with less than $1,000 to his name, no partner, friend, or offspring willing to claim him. Only his poor mother begging and borrowing to buy his loathsome carcass. Now, what kind of shit is this? Straight up, man. Y'all need to put on blast, man, for real, man. His loathsome carcass? Huh? His loathsome carcass? Look, man, even brothers in the Manosphere ain't saying shit like this, man. Nobody in the Manosphere is talking about black women's loathsome carcasses, bruh. Straight up, man. Hey, bro. Think about that, man. I want you to I want you to think about this, bruh. I have never heard a black man in the black manosphere say something about a black woman's loathsome carcass, bruh. Never have I heard that kind of hatred, venom, and viciousness espoused about black women. Not one time, man. Never have I heard anything like that, bruh. Even when they die. Like, for example, and I spoke on this the other day, even people that we consider to be, working to the detriment of black men. Like, for example, Bell Hooks. Nobody came and glorified and danced over that woman's death, man. Nobody did, man. Nobody did that. All because he's telling women, look, stop being argumentative. Stop being disagreeable. Get yourself fit, friendly, and be feminine. Stop trying to be a boss bitch. Stop trying to run everything. Stop trying to use your degree as a means by which to posit that you should be in control and domination of your intimate partner if that partner is a heterosexual black male. Stop it. Black men are not looking at your degrees. You're looking at black men's achievement and their economic status in order to determine their fitness. Men are not looking for that. But this is what we got? This is the response to an argument? There is no counter argument here. Nothing but straight venom. No counter argument at all. No syllogism, no logical concatenation, no nothing. Just disrespect. And this is a fucking college professor, man. And she ain't even took the shit down. And she linked to an article from Media Takeout, bruh. She proved her claim by citing Media Takeout, bruh. Media Takeout, bruh. She substantiated her claim that Kevin Samuels died broke and deeply in debt by making a reference to a fucking tabloid blog. Black people in trouble, man. If these people are at the helm, we're in fucking trouble. If these people are the leaders of justice movements in the United States, we are in fucking trouble. We're in trouble, man. But at least you see some redemption by her being criticized and critiqued, though. Because the lay public wasn't having it. And the lay public, though. So, the article goes on to say it didn't take long for Black America to respond, many noting that as a college professor, Anya should have known better than to use Media Takeout as a source. Who the fuck does that? So, if you're a black man and you see this, and you're skirting the fence, you need to go ahead and hop on in the water, man. The water's fine, bruh. See, this is venom that has nothing to do with argumentation. This is good old-fashioned hate. In black male studies, we call it anti-black misandry, and anything can trigger it. If you make too much money and you're too so-called self-assured, then you're a fuckboy and you're toxic. If you're not assertive enough, you're a fuckboy and you're weak. If you're having too much sex, you're a fuckboy and you're exploitative. If you're not having any sex at all, you're a fuckboy and you're an incel. So you see where this is going. There's nothing you can do to somebody who really actually has hate and venom for you to make it right. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. If you're hated, you're going to be hated anyway. So you may as well express yourself. And even if you err in the things you say and in the sentiments you express, at least you had the gall, the nutsack to express it. When did it ever become a thing for black men to be quiet like church mouses or church mice or like whores in church? When did this ever become something that's the norm? With black men just sit on their hands and don't say shit because, I just don't want no problems. I don't want to look a certain way. You already look a certain way. All the fucking sites are trained on you anyway. What difference does it make? If you're an academician, what difference does it make? If you're a Negro from the street on the block, what difference does it make? If you're in a corporate position, what difference does it make? You already carry the so-called taint. You're already characterized as a sexist abuser. You're already characterized that way. So you may as well come out swinging and speak your piece. And BGS, you're right about that. Imagine a black man who has a doctoral degree, who has a disagreement with a black woman about dating, mating, politics, came out after her death and talked about her carcass being loathsome. That motherfucker be basically relegated to unemployed status immediately. Sir, you don't uphold the values of our university. See you later. Bye-bye. Straight up. Sayonara. You don't match up to the value system and you don't uphold the mission and the objectives of our great university here. So we're gonna, have you resign. Thank you for your service. So, my goal is not really to cover this woman because, really, actually, I dare this lady to come have a conversation with the green gorilla. Come holler at me. Uja Anya. Let's have a conversation about the facts. Because when you start to hear the arguments and you start to respond to the arguments, then you have to actually interpolate what the person is talking about into your reasoning so that you can then basically make counter arguments that make sense. But just spewing knee-jerk hatred, it's some bullshit. But this is where we are. This is where we are, man. So if I was you, and I'm talking to the brothers that's sitting on the fence, if you're sitting on the fence, if you have your toe in the water, jump in. And I know what it is. Write me if I'm wrong. I need somebody to help me here. Tell me, what are these guys afraid of? Because I sit with them at the edges of bars, watching football games, eating chicken wings. I know the things that they say. I sit with them in the barbershop, getting lines up, getting the fresh dew popping off. I know what they say. You know what they say. I don't care if they've been to college or not. You know what they say. You know how we talk. Now all of a sudden we got to conceal how we talk. For what? What is that getting us? It ain't getting us nowhere. So you scared of the reputation in the Manosphere? Improve it then. You know, they say something, man, when you're up against a trouble meter squarely face to face. Lift your chin, plant your shoulders. No, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try and dodge or do the best that you could do. Running from it will not save you. See it through. See it through. Stop being scared. Stop being quislings and cowards. And nobody wants to be characterized as regressive. Nobody wants to be characterized as a woman hater. That's the issue. Everybody wants to be perceived as on the right side of justice. But when you got people talking about your loathsome carcass and don't even respect you in death, what about the one woman who recently said about George Floyd or some other black man, he couldn't even die right while he was being beat up? The Naker can't even die right. That's some real antipathy towards black men, and it needs to be addressed. And if professionals have the right to spew this kind of venom and hatred at us, then what the fuck are we afraid of? What are you scared of? A lot of brothers are too scared, man. They're too worried about what other people think. When did black men become like this, man? When did black men become afraid? When, man?
This nigga's scared. Ain't nobody scared, man. Fuck that shit.
When did black men become so scared, bro? Shaking in their boots, invisible bully like the gooch. When? I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I'm going to hold the line. And I'm going to do the best I can to keep speaking, to keep articulating the grievances that black men have. And we got some righteous grievances. Based on empirical data, the claims we make can be falsified. The claims they make cannot. I was talking to one of my brothers today, my academic brothers, man, you know. And he knows who he is. I ain't gonna say, but I helped him teach his class today. And we were having a conversation about the methodology of black masculinist or black male studies in contradistinction to the methodology of feminism, whether it be black feminism, second wave, white feminism, doesn't matter. And one of the things that I know for a fact is that, a lot of feminist critique comes from Marxism, which I don't have a problem with per se. But I mean, first of all, it's clumsy because Marxism was intended to be a critique of class and economic-based structural inequality. It wasn't designed to deal with issues related to gender to begin with. And I already know the weaknesses inherent in Marxism because it's a theory that cannot be falsified. So you can neither confirm it nor deny it through the acquisition and the discernment of empirical data. It's not falsifiable. Go look the shit up. Is Marxism falsifiable? You'll see many responses. No. And that's the main critique against it, or levied against it by, falsificationists. And I know I'm getting brainy here, but it's non-falsifiable. All it is a confirmation bias exercise. And could there be some elements of truth within it? Maybe, possibly, but it can't be tested. Marxism cannot be tested. But the empirical methodology that black male study scholars have come up with can be tested. It can be falsified. It can be determined whether or not the theory or the hypothesization is viable or non-viable. And that's the difference. So ultimately, I believe the truth will prevail, man. And at some point, we have to get out of the sophomorish and the basically, as far as I'm concerned, non-erudite utterances of English professors and woke mob philosophers everywhere, bro. At some point, this shit has to come to a close. Now, when will it come? I really don't know. But it will never come if your ass is too scared to jump into the pool. So this is for the brothers skirting the line. This is for the brothers straddling the fence. Jump in, man. It doesn't matter. They're going to characterize you as a sexist, abuser, patriarchal, toxic narcissist anyway. With your loathsome body being a carcass, a loathsome carcass when you die. Don't matter. So I demonstrated, I think, quite clearly, if you're hated, don't matter. You're going to be hated anyway. You're already going to wear the crown anyway. Who the cap fit, let them wear it. You already going to wear the cap that they put on you anyway. So hold the line, brethren. Don't be ashamed, brethren. Exhibit some agency, brethren. Piss some people off, brethren. Fuck it. Because if they can talk about your loathsome carcass and not have any kind of remorse, they really wishing for you to die. Keep that in mind. They rejoicing over your death, nigga. They're rejoicing over your death. This shit sounds like some white people shit to me. So you glad your daddy dead, your brother dead, your uncle dead, your son dead. You glad, you happy about that? Because they said some shit you don't like. Come on, man. Anyway, man, I ain't going to make this long. I'm not going to have a 2 or 3 hour show about this. But as far as I'm concerned, there's too many brothers out here who are scared. They don't want to step up. They're worried about their brand. They're worried about their job. They're worried about their reputation. And their reputations are already shot out by these people. They don't give a fuck about you no way. Period. So having said that, man, I'm about to be out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all on the next one, man. Peace out.